Hello everyone. Today I am going to teach you the fourth chapter of class 12 history, Thinkers, Beliefs and Buildings. Today I am going to discuss the teachings and philosophy of Buddhism and the important aspects of Buddhist culture and architecture. Okay, first of all, I will tell you about the early life of Gautam Buddha. Remember, this is not important for your syllabus, this is not included in your syllabus too, but I personally believe that when you will get to know about the early life of Gautam Buddha, you will be enlightened, and I hope that will help you in every aspect in your life. Gautam Buddha, his early name was Siddhartha, and he was born to King Shuddhadan and Queen Maya. His father Shuddhadan was the chief of Shakya clan, and he was born around 563 BCE near Lumbini, recent-day Nepal. Just like Mahavira, Gautam Buddha was also Kshatriya by birth. He was married to Yashodhara. She was princess of Koshala, and their child was Rahul. At the age of 29, Gautam Buddha wanted to see his territory, his kingdom. Therefore, he ordered to his charioteer Channa to take him away from beyond the palace. And his first journey into world outside was traumatic, because he was deeply anguished when he saw an old man, a sick man and a corpse. And he believed that, and he realized that the decay and destruction of the human body was inevitable. And he also saw a homeless mendicant who was very happy in his life because he had renounced the world and sought release from the fear of death and suffering. Therefore, at the age of 29, Siddhartha decided to adopt the same path and left the palace and set out in search of his own truth. At the age of 35, for several years of meditation, he sat under a sacred tree called Bodhi tree and finally attained enlightenment at the age of 35. And therefore, he came to be known as Buddha, the enlightened one. According to the teachings and philosophy of Buddhism, okay, in your book there is a detailed description about the teachings and philosophy of Buddhism. Remember, my dear students, the teachings and philosophy of Buddhism is very important for your board examination, because these question is generally come in the long question, in basically in the 8-mark question. So please be very careful to prepare notes on the teachings and philosophy of Buddhism. Okay, I'm also giving you a class notes on the about these topic. So please follow this. Okay, according to the Buddhist tradition, the world is transient and constantly changing. Okay, there is nothing permanent or eternal in it. Sorrow is intrinsic to human existence. Obviously, sorrow is part of our life and we could not detach the sorrow. Joy and happiness, it may be uncertain, but sorrow is part of our life. Severe penance and self-indulgence that human beings can rise above these worldly troubles. What does the meaning of worldly troubles? That means lust, anger, greed, pride, jealousy. These things are regarded as the worldly troubles. These things are also included in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Lord Sri Krishna also advised to Arjuna about these worldly troubles. So, according to the Buddhist tradition, a common man can free from these worldly troubles from Shivya penance and self-indulgence. Next, social world as the creation of humans, not by God. An individual effort was expected to transform social relations. Obviously, in the previous chapter, I told you that the society was divided into 4 varnas, right? I told you that there was a 4 strata in the society. Brahman is the top order, next is Kshatriya, then Vaishya, then Shudra. And there were different occupations are prescribed for the Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra respectively, right? And it also stated that whatever the occupation was prescribed in the Dharma Shastra and Dharma Sutra, everyone should follow these things because these are the divine right. And no one has the authority or has the audacity to challenge these things. So which means that generally God created human beings, obviously, but the social order generally created by the human beings. So Buddha basically, the Buddhism basically challenged the Brahmanical rules and regulation. And by this, Buddhism also stated that by the individual effort, a man can change his life. Suppose a Shudra, people who is belong to the lower origin, he can improve his status by his own effort. That is stated in the Buddhism. That is, I called in my first class that it is a Protestant religion. Jainism and Buddhism, they both challenge the Brahmanical rules and regulations and the rituals. Okay. Righteous action helps to create from cycle of rebirth and attain self-realization and nibbana. What is the meaning of righteous action? Remember, Gautam Buddha appealed to his followers to follow the 8-fold path, which is also known as Ashtangiga mark. Remember, my dear student, Ashtangiga mark was not in your syllabus. I am just telling you about the Ashtangiga mark for your general knowledge. What are the Ashtangiga marks? According to the Buddhist philosophy, correct view, correct intention, correct speech, correct action, correct livelihood. Number 6, correct effort, correct mindfulness and correct concentration. These are the 8-fold path. And by this, a common man could escape from the cycle of rebirth and self-realization and could attain self-realization and nibbana. Okay, now our next topic, the topic number 6 from NCERT, followers of Buddha. Okay, Gautam Buddha founded an organization called Sangha. Basically, the Buddhist Sangha is generally also regarded as monasteries. And those who are the members of the Sangha, they are regarded as the monks. Basically, first of all, only men get permission to become the member of the Buddhist Sangha. The monks, they had to live simple life and they possessed only the essential requisites for survival. They receive 1 bowl of rice daily from the lady. And basically all the Buddhist monks, they were regarded as the bhikshus. Why bhikshus? Because their life was basically is going on the begging. Next, entrance of women in the Sangha. I told you that first of all, generally men became the only member of Sangha. Later, one of the disciples of Gautam Buddha named Ananda, he persuaded Gautam Buddha to allow women into Sangha. So, Gautam Buddha's foster mother, Mahapajapati Gautami, she was the first woman to become the member of Buddhist Sangha, and she was regarded as bhikshuni. So generally women they are regarded as bhikshuni, the nuns. Gradually, women nuns became the teacher of Dhamma and they gradually regarded as theory. The meaning of theory is respected women who attained liberation. Next, accommodation of different social groups. Earlier I told you that basically the people who did not get any kind of status in the Varna order, basically the lower origin people, Vaishyas, Shudras, the people who are considered as untouchables. I told you about the untouchable in my previous classes and the previous chapters. These people were attracted by the Buddhism very much, and they became the main followers of Buddhism, because these people did not get any kind of status and position in the society, and they are feeling deprived, and they could not understand the Vedic rituals and functions, so they usually attracted to Buddhism. But not only the peoples who are belong from the lower origin, but also kings, wealthy men, chiefs of the clan, they are also became the member of the Buddhism. Our next, that is spread of Buddhism, expansion of Buddhism. Generally, Buddhism was very popular in Indian subcontinent, but also Buddhism was expanded to the Southeast Asia. As Mauryan Empire Ashoka, he took a very important strategy for the development of Buddhism. Afterwards, during the time of Kanishka, who was a Kushana emperor, during his time Buddhism also spread in Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Southeast Asian countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, and so on. So in this way, Buddhism spread all over the Southeast Asia, and it was expanded in the Asian subcontinent. Okay, my dear students, this is it for today. In my next class, I will discuss you about the Buddhist culture and architecture. Thank you and have a nice day.